Drift. What is the meaning of drift? Well, like you guys, I actually don't know the answer to that question, but that is what we will find out in this series, because we are bringing Gary's weird stepsister to the channel. We're going to be doing a series which is now currently unnamed. We'll talk about that in a minute, where we find the best drift cars in Need for Speed Heat, and we're going to start this off with a banger. It's this RX7, which in my opinion is the best drift car I have used in this GOM. First episode, we're gonna go ahead and test this RX7 as well as the 350Z, which you may have already seen in gameplays and news videos that I've done with just background gameplay. I'm gonna walk you through the whole procedure, the tune you need, all that jazz to make your drift cars the best drift cars possible. Then we're gonna go ahead and start setting some times, some scores. It's not timed, it's scores. So, what are the rules for this series? So, very similar to Gary, the setup on all the cars is going to be the exact same. So, that is no NOS. We're going to be using speed cross source, drag tires, and speed cross differentials. If I feel like the score isn't accurate, we'll restart, same protocol as Gary, basically. But I reckon it's going to be quite good. I reckon it's going to be really nice just to have a leaderboard of the best asphalt cars, just for road racing, and then the best cars for drifting. Your go-to place for information, challenges, news, and booze. You get me. Let's go ahead and actually set the first score on the leaderboard ever, which at the moment is nameless. If you have any ideas for the name, make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. I will take the best and we will decide in the next episode. Make it interesting. I've been seeing there's been some really interesting comments. So make it interesting. The funniest 3 will get picked for the next stage of voting. So this is the 350Z that I was talking about. You might have seen this, like I said, in gameplays and stuff. I've used this quite frequently. We're going to go ahead and quickly do a lap just so I can warm up before we go ahead and set a score on this track, Bird's Eye. This is the one which I have been playing a shit ton just off camera. I'm not gonna lie, since the Christmas break, I've not played much of Need for Speed Heat. I try to not burn myself out on it so I can still make videos on it. Otherwise, if I played throughout the whole of the holidays, I would have been burnt out on this game. There's nothing to do. But this is the track which I have super ultra quadruple sweated on. As you can see from how well I'm drifting this already, it's been a while, but I know this little area pretty much off by heart. So if there's any place where I'm going to do pretty well with any of the drift cars, it's going to be on this track. I'd actually argue I know this track better than Rare Bear. Come on, we're going to do tandems with the pigs. Oh, what are you doing, you prick? Leave me alone. No, leave me alone. Go and bribe. Go on. Fuck off. Bruh. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and set the first score in this 350Z. Then we're going to go ahead and hop in the RX7 and see where they both stand. I'm almost 100% certain the RX7 is as OP as the RSR is in race. In drift, if that makes sense. Before we go any further though, make sure to subscribe. Need for Speed Heat, Forza, whatever the game is, we've got it here on the channel, so make sure to go ahead and stay subscribed for more tips, tricks, news, memes, boobs, women, gamers, gaming girls. So like I mentioned before, this is the track that I've been sweating. I think my highest score on this is 1 million. We're not going to hit that this time round because I swear to you that took so long for me to get. But as you can see by just how I'm hitting the angles and stuff, I know the track really well. So as far as averages go, this should be pretty consistent. This 350Z is actually a really good car. Once we're on a little bit of a straightaway or a really easy turn, I'll show you the live tuning settings. I'm actually using brake to drift. I'm finding that is kind of just the way I prefer to drift in this game. A lot of people prefer to use the clutch kicking. I just don't think that's the way I like to drift in this game. That's all it is. Definitely preference with the drifting. You can use either and be okay with it. But we're coming in to the big winding corner. There's a lot of proximity bonus to be had here. I'm going to quickly just show you. Oh, fuck that. Oh, I've completely fucked it, boys. We're going to need to restart that one. Right, before we actually go ahead and embark, those are my live tuning settings on this car. I might use something quite similar on the RX7 as well, because they actually don't handle too differently. The RX7 just gets mad drift exit boost, which you will see in a minute. Also, this gives me a chance to plug a pre-existing drift video we have on the channel, the Ultimate Drift Guide to Need for Speed Heat. If you are just looking to tune your cars and you haven't done that already, I'll just want to direct you to that video. You might find some things that you didn't already know before. I'm just saying, watch it after this one because YouTube will not like it if you don't. Me. Okay, this run has been absolute fire so far. This has been a really good score. What I will say about the 350Z compared to the RX7 is that it doesn't seem to kind of drag out to the side as much. It seems a lot more controllable. It's just a very, very different car to what the RX7 is. It's so much easier to link drifts in this car compared to the RX7. The RX7 is actually much closer to 2015 and payback with how it feels than the 350Z does. This feels like a completely new car. Coming into the first lap with a 286. I'd say, like, on a casual run, if you can get 800k on this track, that is a very, very decent effort. And we're coming into the halfway point with 430. So this hasn't been a bad, run by any stretch. Oh my god. We're coming in to the final lap. This is going to hit at least 600k, surely. We are going a little bit nutty right now. I'm gaming. Don't fuck up now. Don't hit that fucking wall. Ooh. This is probably going to hit 800k, I imagine. You know what? I think the RX7, it's going to be an interesting one because this not only has been a really good lap, but I don't have that much experience with the RX7 compared to this car. I've played with this car a lot. So that's obviously going to be a factor as well, with these scores and stuff. I've got a lot more experience with this car. But I think it's going to be a testament to the RX7 if I can, break this score, honestly. That got 860k. Now, I did kind of accidentally go across the finishing line that time. For some reason on this track, it doesn't show you the score afterwards, so I'm going to work it out in post. I think it was around 850 to 860k, but I'm going to work it out in post and put it up on the screen now. The scoreboard, it's obviously TBC, so there's no name on it, but the 350Z is the first ever car on the board. Let's go ahead and switch out for the RX7, have a little bit of a warm-up right now. Again, with the live tuning settings, I'm going to quickly go ahead and show you. Pretty similar. The only difference with this car is that the sensitivity is all the way to the right. That's a conscious decision that I've made after having tested the car a little bit before I started recording this video. And as you can see, it's just easier to use. Like, honestly, I didn't even hit the wall then. It's so much easier to use. It's just easier to get mad angle in this car. Look at that. Look how close I was to my personal best there. I was 1,000 off, and I didn't even, start it properly. This is literally the RSR of drift cars. It's stupid. Like, the 350Z, it might be easy to use just because of how long I've used it for, but this car is overpowered. I'm quite eager to see where this lands in the big Barb list. Let's go ahead and slap the RX7 at the top then. It's
bound to happen.
I just want to say, by the way, everyone should be just as annoyed that this is as good as it is, as everyone's annoyed about the RSR. This is no different to the RSR. The only difference is that this is in drift and that is in race. They are on the same level of OP-ness, and I'm going to show you what I fucking mean right now. 860 is the score to beat. I've got a feeling this could very well break a million, to be honest, first try. I honestly don't doubt it. It definitely handles differently to the 350Z. It's taking a bit of getting used to. Doesn't like to kind of exaggerate its slides as much, if that makes sense. It's so weird actually having to feather the throttle. Wow. Oh my god, we're coming into the last corner. I couldn't hit the right angle there, but look at that. Look at how fast it's going round there. Like, the drift exit boost is nuts. 281. I can't remember what the 350Z got off the top of my head, but I know for a fact that isn't bad. I think that could be really good. Whale it around. There we go. Oh my Jesus Christ. This is stupid. This needs to be nerfed. Again, another car for the list, Ghost. That's another thing you actually need to do instead of sitting there not talking to us. Just talk to me. Absolutely wow. We're not even coming up to the final corner yet, and we've already broken 500,000. The speed of which this goes round corners is violent. It's actually disgustingly violent. I can't believe that. And this is first try as well. Like, this is the first try. I've not used this car much. I did a little bit of testing before the video started, but not that much. This is just, I can't believe it. And the thing about this as well, it's like this car was OP in Payback. It's another episode of which OP cars in previous games are still overpowered. Right then, so to put that in perspective, we are now coming up to the final few bends, the final few corners. It's already gonna break the 350Z. I reckon I could actually do better around that track in this car, but we're coming up to the final corners here. I definitely had a better lap in the 350, like I squeezed more points out of the car's potential. But as you've just seen, 890k. That was a considerably worse lap. I didn't do anywhere near as well as I did in the 350, but I still managed to squeeze 30 more K, which takes the RX7 to the top of our little leaderboard. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below for what you think the leaderboard should be called. We need a name. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.